Now we're going to look at conjunctions. According to this paper, you can see that there are two types of conjunctions. We have coordinating and we have correlative. Coordinating conjunctions are what we're going to look at first. Coordinating conjunctions connect words of a similar kind, such as two verbs. They can also connect two prepositional phrases or two sentences to form a compound sentence. The following words are the coordinating conjunctions. Before we go over these, let's look at the word coordinating. Within that word, you can see that we can find the word coordinated almost. So when I teach these, I show that if you were coordinated, you would be able to stand on one foot. In the same way, these conjunctions stand on their own. They don't need any other conjunctions to go with them. In the past, you may have learned fanboys. So here you have for and nor, but, or, yet, and so. You will need to remember these so that you can recognize them when you're labeling your sentences. Next, we have correlative conjunctions. These conjunctions connect the same kind of words or groups of words as do coordinating conjunctions. The difference is that these conjunctions come in pairs. The following pairs are the correlative conjunctions. In the word correlative, you may also be able to find relative. So when I teach these, I say that they're like relatives, cousins or brothers and sisters, and they have to go together. So when you find one, the other one will be there. So I draw relatives with their arms around each other to show that they belong together. So here we have both and, neither nor, either or, not only but also, and whether or. You have to pay attention because sometimes there are two conjunctions that go together. So now we're going to look at some examples. We have, I do not care if Marla or Lisa represents us. Well, we see that I is the subject, and you'll learn later that do is a helping verb, and care is our other verb. Now, we can see that we're talking about Marla or Lisa. Well, we learned in our correlative conjunctions that or is a conjunction, not correlative, I'm sorry, and coordinating. Or stands by itself. It's almost standing on one foot because it doesn't need another conjunction. So what kind of conjunction is that? It's coordinating. Sorry, the conjunction is or. The type is coordinating. What does it connect? Well, it connects Marla to Lisa, if it's Marla or Lisa. So here I would write Marla, Lisa. Number 2, the St. Bernard chewed and swallowed its food ravenously. Well, we've learned what is this sentence talking about? It's talking about the St. Bernard. We can find a noun indicator, the. What did the St. Bernard do? Well, it chewed. But it did something else. This conjunction, and, that stands alone, connects the two things that the St. Bernard did. It not only chewed, but it also swallowed. So our conjunction is and. The type is that it stands by itself. It's coordinating. What does it connect? It connects two verbs. You could write that here, or you could write the actual two verbs, which are chewed and swallowed. 3, my cousin and his wife arrived yesterday for a visit. I realize that you are also learning adjectives. So first of all, you'd see the sentence and say, well, who was the sentence about? Well, who arrived? Well, it's about a cousin. But it wasn't just the cousin who arrived. It was also the wife. You might have been tempted to underline his, but his is an adjective telling us about wife. My was an adjective telling us which one, cousin. And then and is your conjunction. So we write that here. And what kind is it? It stands alone. It's coordinating. And what did it connect? Well, it connected two subjects, the subject cousin and the subject wife. So you could write either two subjects here, or you could write who the subjects are. It connects cousin and wife. If you're in Stegman's class, you have also learned prepositional phrases at this point. So we have our prep, our NOP. A is a noun indicator. Oh, sorry. And what did the cousin and wife do? They arrived. We have to label that verb. Okay. So at this point, you should be getting the hang of it. The only problem is that we've only covered coordinating conjunctions. So let's go to this number 4. He not only was a fine athlete, but he was also a fine student. Well, let's look at the subject. He, and then we have not only, we should recognize that. That is a conjunction, but it's a correlative conjunction. If you remember, it has a relative, and so it has another one that belongs to it. So it goes not only, oh, here it is, but also is the other correlative conjunction. So we can write that here. The conjunction is not only, but also. Okay, so let's look at the verbs. We have was, and then wait. We have another verb. So what is this connecting? We have he was an athlete, and then we have he was a student. So what we have here is that it connects 2 sentences. That's very important. The type is correlative because it is a family, and then we can finish up the labeling the sentence. A is non-indicator, A is a non-indicator. Fine tells me what kind of athlete, and then fine tells me what kind of student. So at this point, you should get the idea. I'm going to do one more. There we go. One more with a correlative conjunction. Here in number 6, we would see the word neither. Neither has to have a partner because it is correlative. So neither nor. Go ahead and go through the rest of this to see if you get the hang of it.